I've tried everything, right? And we've all heard this, especially if we've helped other agents, if you're a sponsor, if you're a broker owner, team leader, you hear this all day long. It is such a lie. Every single time I've ever heard an agent saying that they've tried everything, I say, pull up your log and show me the last time you cold called. Only the agents that understand this one simple concept will ever achieve success and their true potential. And the ones that don't are going to be the ones that are going to complain, blame the market, blame their broker, sponsor, brokerage, whatever the situation is, as to why they're not where they want to be. I've now helped thousands of agents scale their business, and this is one of the things that I see consistent amongst the ones that are complaining as to why they're not where they want to be, saying that they're doing everything, but they're not getting results. And even though this is one simple concept, there are 5 specific questions that I'm going to get you to ask yourself. And if you fall into any of these 5 buckets, that is a major red flag that you need to change your perspective and start to approach your business differently. I want to see you succeed. My goal is to help 1,000 agents make over $1 million per year. And we're on track to be doing that because every single year I continue to help new agents break 7 figures, but all of them understand this concept. So let's dive into it. What's up, guys? My name is Mike Sherrill with the eXp Realty. I train thousands of agents every day to scale their business the modern way, leveraging social media. And this is a concept that's near and dear to my heart. So I'm just going to get straight into it because I really want you to get the value out of this and be able to make an immediate change today. And what I'm talking about is you need to be honest with yourself. And I'm going to lead into these 5 questions because this is going to add depth and clarity and be able to get you to identify exactly where you're going wrong. So what you need to do is look at yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself. The reason why you're not where you want to be is not because of your upbringing, your parents, your childhood, the government, the economy, the interest rates, your market, the brokerage, the broker, anybody in your life. The only reason is you. And until you take full control of your entire business in your life, you're never going to be able to make changes because you can't make change to anything that is out of your control. So if you take control and ownership of everything, that is when you can start to make change in your business and your life. But I want to go through these 5 specific questions and unpack them so that you can find out which one you fall into and make a decision today to make a difference so that you no longer fall victim to this unfortunate situation. Okay, so the first one that I hear is people saying, well, I've tried everything, right? And we've all heard this, especially if we've helped other agents, if you're a sponsor, if you're a broker owner, team leader, you hear this all day long. It is such a lie. Every single time I've ever heard an agent saying that they've tried everything, I say, pull up your log and show me the last time you cold called. Go show me how many doors you knocked in your neighborhood. Pull up your YouTube channel and show me how many YouTube videos you put out in the last month. Show me your TikTok and Instagram and show me how many videos you put out and the content that you're creating on a weekly basis. And the answer is nothing. They've usually dabbled in a few things, but they've never tried everything. And this is really dangerous because what they're looking for is an excuse as to saying, well, it's impossible for me. Well, what you'll see is that agents have built wildly successful businesses doing anything. I know multiple agents that make 7 figures per year from cold calling, from door knocking, from their network, from Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, it doesn't matter. There's people that have built massive success. The only difference between you and them is that they went all in on it and became the best at it, and you dabbled with it, you tried it, and you weren't consistent with it for long enough and with enough intention in order to actually see the fruit of your labor. So the biggest excuse that I see from agents that aren't where they want to be or where they think they should be is that they say that they've tried everything, and all that they're doing is not just lying to you, but they're also lying to themselves. Now, the second thing is going to be, I've tried it, but it's not working. Well, trying something is one of the biggest excuses in general. You can't just try something, you have to do something relentlessly, consistently, for an extended period of time in order to get results. You need to embrace proper delayed gratification, saying if you can't do something for a lifetime, don't do it for a day. If you're going to actually try something, do it for long enough to get enough repetitions in to actually get proper data in order to make improvements, and then you have the ability to actually say, what I've done hasn't worked. But if you've tried it for a week, a month, or 2 months, you have not earned the right to tell anybody that you've tried it, but it's not working out because you've dabbled with it. You've barely put any effort into it. But that's going to lead to part number 3, which is people saying, I've been consistent, but I'm still not getting results. Now let's unpack this one. This is going to be a really important one for people because I hear this from a lot of agents that have been posting for the last couple of years on social media or last couple of months, or people that have run Facebook ads or doing anything for a consistent amount of time, but they haven't been doing it with the right intention. And that's what I want to unpack here, is that you can look at YouTube, and then I'll take prospecting on. Looking at YouTube, you can put YouTube videos out consistently for the next 10 years and still never get a single client. You're being consistent, but you're not being consistent with intent. And what I mean by that is that you need to look at this and audit not just what you're doing, but how you're doing it. So when it comes to videos, if you're putting out content just to put out content, you're gonna get half results, because you're not treating it like a business. You're treating it like a hobby or something that is just needs to get done because you're being told that it needs to get done. Whereas the ones that are getting full-time results are putting in full-time effort into the activity. So if you want to get results on YouTube, for example, you need to learn how to properly optimize your tags, titles, thumbnails, and descriptions. You need to learn how to properly hook people, have a proper call to action, and then deliver a powerful message that is led with value and goes deeper than anybody else. You need to make sure that by the end of your video, if somebody's looking to make a decision of whether or not to move to your market, that they're able to actually make a decision after watching your video and not saying, hey, that was a bit of good information, but I need to go research more to get the answer I'm looking for. So it's not just what you do, it's how you do it. Looking at, for example, door knocking. You hear this all the time. I've door knocked 100 doors, 1,000 doors, and I still don't have any business. Well, it's not just what you do, it's how you do it. You're consistent, but not intentional. So if you're consistent with door knocking, but every time you knock on somebody's door and you have some bullshit script like, hey, it's Mike Sherrard with eXp Realty, I'm just in the area looking to see if you're interested in buying or selling, well, you're gonna get an immediate no, because that provides value to literally nobody. And then you're gonna take that no and you're gonna walk away and you're gonna go to the next door. Well, how intentional are you being? Well, when you look at the ones that are winning, and like I did with door knocking in the beginning, I had a value-driven script. I've got a full YouTube video on my entire door knocking approach, so comment below if you want it. But I went in, value-driven approach. And as soon as I got the first no, I said, no worries, I completely understand. Now might not be the right time, but what about this? What about that? Oh, have you thought about this? So other people like that. And I would not get off the doorstep until I've exhausted every single effort humanly possible to convert and get actual name, phone number, and email. The intent is higher. So you really need to look and say, if you've been consistent with something and you're not getting results, you're just not doing the right things with that activity. Number 4 is going to be, I'm not good at blank. Fill in the blank here with anything. I'm not good at TikTok. I'm not good at short form. I'm not good at long form. I'm not good at cold calling. Well, what you need to understand is that you're never going to be good at something that you haven't tried, right? The formula for output or growth is skill, volume, time equals output, right? Equals momentum, equals success, equals tangible results. Well, of course you suck at video because you put no volume into recording video. You've got like no videos, thus meaning you've put no time into the activity. Well, if volume is 0, time is 0, that means your skill set, volume times time, 0 times 0 is 0, your skill set 0. Well, of course you suck. You sucked when you tried to ride a bike, but you started with training wheels, and then you were able to, through repetition, get to the point where you could lift the training wheels up a bit. You were a little wobbly, but you could do it half on your own. And then over time, you were able to do it without the training wheels, but you still fell and you got back up and you kept going until the point that you actually could ride a bike without somebody holding you or falling down every 2 seconds. Well, that's because the volume and the time into the activity increased the skill set, which means you got better. It's like going to the gym. The first time you go to the gym, you're not gonna know how to use any of the equipment. Your body's gonna look the same after the first workout. You're gonna see no difference. You suck at the gym in the beginning, but then as you go every single day and make improvements, you are inevitably going to get better. So for anybody that's saying that they're just not good at something, you're just lying to yourself because you haven't put in enough intentional repetitions into that activity, been consistent with it, like we talked about in the previous point, and took complete ownership of your business to actually say, hey, as long as I do this for long enough, I will get good. Because here's a crazy stat. If you put 100 hours into any specific activity, stats show that you'll be about 95% better than anybody else in the industry at that activity. So if you put no time into it, of course you suck. But if you put in like 16 minutes per day, by the end of the year, you're going to be better than 95% of people. It's just, are you actually going to put in that time and not use it as an excuse like most people do, but rather look at it as an opportunity to grow, to learn a new skill set and develop something that will give you a competitive advantage. And the last thing, number 5, is I'm not willing to do blank. And this is one I hear all the time. I'm not willing to cold call. I'm not willing to get on front of the camera. Well, that's fine, but just understand that if you're not willing to do one thing, you better damn get good at another thing. And what I mean by that is that I hear people say, well, I don't want to cold call or door knock. Okay, well, you better learn how to run ads at the highest level, know how to retarget, know how to follow up, know how to convert with your CRM, know how to audit your ads in order to make calculated improvements and optimize them going forward. Oh, you don't want to do that either. Well, you better get damn good on video, learn how to deliver an incredibly powerful message, be ultra consistent, batch your content, and spend a ridiculous amount of time getting really good at video. Oh, you don't want to get good on video, you don't want to be on video either, you're not willing to do that. Then get out of the industry. Like, that's just what people need to hear but don't want to hear, is that if you're not willing to do one thing, you have to get incredibly good at other things to compensate for that. Right? So it's really important to ask yourself these questions and say, which ones are you telling yourself right now? Just to go through them again. Are you saying you've tried everything, but you're still not where you want to be? Are you saying you've tried everything, but it's not working for you? Have you been consistent, but you're not getting results? Are you not willing to do something, and are you not trying something? Those are the questions that you need to ask yourself, and be honest, because the only way that you can make a change in your business is being truthful to yourself, looking within, looking at the man or woman in the mirror and saying, okay, I got to get my act together. I've got some things I need to change, and it starts today. So if you have any other questions, drop a comment below. All I want to do is see you win and become massively successful, change your business, your family, and everything else that you've ever dreamed of. And hopefully my content helps you do that. And if it does, please make sure to subscribe, because there's so many people that watch my videos that don't subscribe, and that honestly is what really supports me and keeps me excited about continuing to do this. So thank you so much for tuning in. As always, smash the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.